A night of fun on a holiday weekend took a tragic turn. A Chester County family is mourning the death of their son, who was killed when a gun went off inside of a home. It's Tuesday night, and the big story in Action News is that deadly shooting in Coatesville involving two promising young athletes.
Today, we spoke exclusively to the victim's father. Action News reporter George Solis now live for us in Coatesville with his story. George.
Yeah, that's right, Shari and Rick. Community leaders want to host a vigil this weekend here at the park, calling for peace and for calm. The victim's father, who we spoke with today, isn't looking to point fingers or lash out at anyone. He wants to share a message of love and peace with the community. Pain and suffering can take many forms, but oftentimes it's crystal clear in moments like this. As any loving parent would, Daryl Perry Sr. did his best to hold it together today as he mourns the death of his 18-year-old son.
The last words I heard from my son is, "Dad, that I'll be back. I love you and I'll be back."
Daryl Perry Jr. died at the hospital Sunday after what his father described as an accidental shooting while at a house gathering with friends on Saturday in Coatesville. Perry Sr. said his son was shot in the head as some in the home here in the 300 block of Community Lane toyed around with guns.
The young man that accidentally shot my son loved my son, and I know that every one of them that was there loved each other. He was one of the ones that brought my son to the hospital.
Coatesville police, one of the agencies investigating the shooting, have made one arrest. 20-year-old Daryl Bryant was taken into custody on weapons-related charges. If that name sounds familiar, Bryant is a well-known athlete playing both basketball and football at Coatesville High School. Perry said, as hard as it may be to believe, he holds no ill will towards the 20-year-old.
If I could have held him the same night that I heard that my son got shot, I would have held him. And I told the officer to go in there and hug him and tell him that I love him and that I'm praying for him and I'm here for him.
Perry Jr. was also a star athlete who most recently attended Lincoln University with aspirations to transfer to Virginia State for football. He was also a new father. The violence that has touched this close community has brought about support and hope for peace rather than anger, and in turn, more bloodshed.
This hurts. We're a small city. This hurts.
Now, police have said the case remains under investigation, but did say that Bryant was in possession of something called a ghost gun at the time of the shooting, but it is unclear if that was the gun used at the time of the shooting. Meanwhile, that vigil is set place to take here at Palmer Park at 2 p.m. on Sunday. We're live in Coatesville. George Solis, Channel 6, Action News. Shari?
Yeah, such an unfortunate situation. George, thank you.